We have 4 wonderful contestants here today. As I've mentioned already, we're going to follow the majority of the rules. Although this isn't an official contest, we are going to keep the timing requirements, which is 3 to 5 minutes, for their tall tales. Now, I know sometimes those tales can be very, very long, but we will keep them to the 3 to 5 minutes because if they go over 5.5, they're going to be disqualified. And then, but as I mentioned, we're going to give everybody an opportunity to pick the winners today because everybody's engaged that way. I just thought that would be fun. So we have our 4 speakers, and I will go ahead and give you their speaking order so that you can put it on your sheet and then be able to know the names of those individuals. Our first contestant today will be Toastmaster Judy Hayes. Judy, if you want to stand up so anybody who doesn't know you can put a face with the name. Oh, there you are.
She's short, but she is already standing.
The second contestant is going to be Kurt Carr. The third contestant is going to be Dr. Ibrahim Salou. He's up there. Oh, there with my program. Thank you, Curtin. Our fourth speaker is going to be Rosamund Fife. And our fifth speaker is going to be Claudia Hensley. Where did Claudia go? She might have gone to the restroom. She'll be the fifth one. All right. Our chief judge has briefed the timers and the ballot counters, and I believe we are ready to go. We will observe 1 minute of silence before our first tall tale. If our timer would give me a light at 1 minute, that would be great. Or some indications. No worries. Some indications. Will work. Huh? Yeah, that might help. Okay. The ballots are behind. Here. I didn't want to come in.
Well, there's a lot of hot dogs here left, people. Y'all are going to have to eat some of these, or send them home with you, because Bill and I aren't taking hot dogs home. They are hot.
I didn't know they were in there.
They are right there. The condiments are on the table. Take 2, they're small.
No, they're not.
Because you have an interesting definition of small.
Yeah. Those are small hot dogs. I'd like to see what big ones look like. I couldn't even eat a whole one.
Oh, 1 minute.
I was patiently waiting.
Well, it just turned.
All right. All right, everybody, ladies, gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters friends, our first contestant is Judy Hayes. Do you think I did that? Do you think I did that? Judy Hayes.
Thank you, Madam Contest Master, and good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I almost think I was going to make it in there when you say what happened. I was making a turn on Lipscomb just to come down to the restaurant. There's a car right here, and I made a turn over there. Let me tell you what the car did. It pulled out in front of me. I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to make it. But I turned the car, and I just made it in time. Where's the police? In front of me down the street. I could do stop sign. Here's a police car. What would you think? But have you ever been in grade school and done some things that you didn't think were possible to be done and you still survived? I don't think you think I did this. I'll tell you about a girl named Carol. It was in 4th grade. Mrs. Browning was her 4th grade teacher. And at a certain time, everybody goes to the bathroom. In the bathroom, in the stalls, there's a bar you can hang on it, swing. Well, Carol wants to swing in and swing in and swing in and swing in, and she jumps down. Right before the sink, didn't hurt herself. Went back to the classroom. She goes again in the afternoon. Says, oh, I can really do this. So she gets on the bar, she starts swinging and swinging and swinging, and she let go and she hit her head on the sink. Oh my She had a bump on her head. She went back to the classroom. Mrs. Browning had to call her mother to come to the school. What to do? She was all right. Carol made it home. Nobody screamed and yelled at her because the center of a knot on her head. Do you think I did that? I didn't do that. Let's tell you. Now listen, we got to play on the playground. Oh, we have a slide. You know you go up the steps on the slide and you go down the slide. You go up on the steps and you go down on the slide. Well, Carol walked up the slide and tried to go down the slide. Then she went up the slide again and she fell over the side. What do you think? Do you think I did that? Carol did it. Fourth grade. Then she was home one day with her mother. Let me tell you what she did. Outside the tree, outside of her house is a weeping willow tree. It's really big. She climbed up the weeping willow tree. Going up the willow tree and came down. This day she couldn't come down the tree. She's calling to her mother. Ma! Ma! I can't get down! Her mother comes out. She says, Judy, get down that tree. But she knows it's not me, it's Carol. She said, come down that tree! Come down that tree! She said, I can't come down the tree. I can't go down. She starts screaming and yelling at her. You go up there every day, what's wrong with you? Start taking one step, another step, and go down the tree. Take your mom. I can't do it. I can't do it. So the mother stood there stern, looking up at her. You come down this street or I'm going to spank you. Well, you know Carol didn't want to spank you. You know Judy didn't want to see you do either. So, she slowly steps down. Jumps. She's on safe ground. And the mother says, I told you you could do this. I said, well, Mom, I got so scared up there. Carol, remember, I got so scared up there. Oh. Well, I have to tell you a little confession. Carol and Judy were two of the same people. But I don't think you think I did that at all. You think I did this? Ha-ha! Got you there.
We'll have 1 minute in between our speakers, so if you just give me your hand raised. Ladies and gentlemen, our second contestant, Kurt Carr, the best ice cream ever. The best ice cream ever, Kurt Carr.
It all began with a pint of Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream. I was driving my little new sports car back from the local Publix with a pint of Vermont's best export sitting in the passenger seat when I happened to pass a donut shop. Now that would not normally be a problem, except on that day I was doing 10 miles per hour over the posted speed limit, and two of Brevard County's finest noticed. And they grabbed their glazed and their coffee cups and they gave chase. Now on a normal day, I'd have just pulled over to the side of the road and taken my punishment. But I had a pint of Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream in the passenger seat. And so I stepped on it. And pretty soon my little blue sports car hit 100 miles an hour, lickety split. That cop car, he was only one split behind my lickety. And pretty soon there was another cop car behind me, and another cop car behind me, and another cop car behind me, and I realized I might have a problem here. miles an hour. And then I put my foot in it. And that speedometer was going so fast, I had to grab myself a post-it and put over it to avoid the wickedness of distracted driving. Now, by the time we passed Titusville, I had a line of cop cars about 5 miles long behind me. But nobody was in front of me, and that puzzled me because as the cops say, you can beat my motor, but you can't beat my Motorola. Not that day. It turns out that we were going so fast that the radio waves from the antennas of the police car behind me did not reach the antennas of the police cars ahead of me until we'd already gone by. And we continued on this way until we got to Jacksonville. And you know that from Jacksonville to the state line is only just a short little drive. But today, it's just a little bit longer because me and my little blue sports car, we hit that state line so hard we dragged 5 miles north. Now, long by the time we got into Georgia, I realized I was starting to have a problem because I had a little yellow light on my dashboard that said we were running out of fuel. Now, it struck me that it probably was not a good idea to find the nearest Wawa and pull over, not with all those cop cars chasing me. So, I conceived a plan. And I reached in the back and I pulled out a garden hose that I keep around for just such occasions. And I looked around for a vehicle to siphon gasoline out. It turns out that the only vehicle that was doing anywhere near my speed was a scofflaw 18-wheeler over in the left-hand lane. The problem was, of course, that the 18-wheeler uses diesel, not gasoline. My little sports car wouldn't do diesel. But it turns out we have some very smart nieces and nephews, and for one of those, we decided we were going to buy them a science fair kit. Now, we bought the deluxe version of the science fair kit for $24.95, and for the extra $5, one of the things you get is a miniature petroleum refinery. So I broke that open. We can always buy another. I broke that open and spliced the garden hose into the science fair kit, and I was ready to make some high testing. Stuck the one end of the hose into the tank on the truck. I strapped bungee cords around my steering wheel and set the cruise control. Now I just needed to get the other end into my car. And therein lay a problem, because on this car, the fuel filler is on the passenger side, which meant that I had to crawl out onto the roof of this car. Well, I had not reckoned on the velocity of the wind going across the top of that car, did I? But it turns out that it had some consequences. See, at that time, I was sporting a long mane of blonde hair. And that demon wind grabbed those long hairs and started plucking them from my head one by one by one until you see the sleek, sporty look that I have today. But about a little further into Georgia, things started to turn my direction because all those Florida cops started running out of gas too. And not being considerate aunts and uncles, they did not have a petroleum refinery in their vehicles. And so one by one, they began pulling over to the side of the road until I saw no one in my rearview mirror. And I realized it was time to turn around and go home before my ice cream got soft. And pretty soon, Julie and I were sitting on Arlen Eye eating a dish of Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream, the best ice cream ever.
We'll have 1 minute of silence.
special tall tale story, and it's going to be an exciting one. Why? Because it is a true story also. I migrated from France to US in 1995, and that was to come and teach at West Virginia University. Prior to coming to US, I had delivered a speech to students in France about the US system of government, how wonderful this country is, and the fact that you have the freedom to speak your mind without any repercussion. Unlike where I come from in Nigeria, where I have to be very careful what I say and when I say it. So this particular story is about discovering West Virginia, the first state I arrived into when I came to US. I was very good in athletics, running, playing soccer. As you can see, my legs are not in good shape because of too many battles with other soccer players, getting bruises. I came and joined as a young professor at West Virginia. I quickly fell in love with the soccer team of the school because my age doesn't say it, I'm a staff. I was quickly enrolled into the university soccer club, playing with the students as if I was a student, but I wasn't. Then I used to go in the morning to do jogging. I run a lot with my friends. There's a guy who's my running buddy from Dominican Republic. In the morning we'll go jogging. In the evening I take time to just look around the Coliseum. On this particular day, summer just starting, I dress up. I felt so good that the weather, the sun is out. Put on my African attire, complete set, going around just enjoying the warm weather as if I'm back in Africa. I went to the Coliseum and I saw a lot of people with Harley Davidson bikes, having fun, and everybody was enjoying themselves, music blasting. So I just went in there and be part of the group. I wasn't surprised because most of the places I go to, I'm the only black person within the group. So this group was predominantly white. They had a flag. I didn't know what the flag was. I joined the group, and they were so very nice to me. Gave me beer and some food. Ate with them, chatted with them, but they didn't tell me who they are. Took some pictures. So I came back to my apartment and showed the pictures of the people I hang around with today at the Coliseum. They saw the picture and said, "Don't tell me you were there." I said, "Why?" "That is a KKK group." I was like, but they were nice to me. So from there I said, people are generally nice, but I don't know that this group, that is what their meeting was about, but I didn't hear them talk about going after any person, talk less of a black person. I got food, I got drink, I enjoyed my time with them, and people are generally nice, you know, if we give them the chance. So this now best for questions. How would you look like if all the black people in this country start being a member of KKK? So that is just my story, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. Yeah.
All right, well,
No, they are not wearing any of their regalia, just enjoying ordinary clothing like anybody else and having a good time. But our part of the
Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth speaker, Rosamund Fife. Can you help? Can you help? Rosamund Fife.
Good afternoon, contest chair, Toastmasters, and guests. I'm wondering, can you help me? I need a husband. I had a husband. I didn't misplace my husband. I knew where I put him. I mean, I know where he's going. Oh, I think I better explain. My husband Dave and I, we were a perfect match. We loved dancing at weddings, and that's where I learned about his jealousy. At first, I didn't mind. I thought it was sweet. If any other guy tried to dance with me, or if I were a little too friendly with the bad boy at Publix, he'd say, "Over my dead body," and take over. It was his only flaw. Other than that, he was perfect. We were expecting our first child, and my male OB walked into the exam room. He said, "Over my dead body," and insisted on a female doctor. Sadly, last year, my husband died. But I'm young. A girl's got needs. And my kids, they needed a dad, so I started dating. I bet you Dave rolled over in his grave when I met Chuck at the gym. Last night, I invited Chuck to meet the family. Ding dong! Who could that be? Bang, bang, bang! I peeked through the peephole. It was Dave, my dead husband. He was decomposing, and I could smell him through the door. I opened the door crack, and Dave waltzed right in. He got between me and Chuck. "Not over my dead body." Chuck must have been frozen with fright. He just stood there with his big muscles, didn't do a thing. What does he go to the gym for? Is it just to juice? Dave, you've got to go. But Dave didn't answer me. He just stared at Chuck. Chuck wet his pants. Oh, man. You got to get out of here. Dave finally turned to look at me, and his ear went flying across the room. Gross! But that gave me an idea. My smart speaker, it could help. Jerry, play the electric slide. We used to be the first couple on the dance floor. I started to dance, and Dave joined in. Boogie, woogie, woogie. As he danced, his nose fell off. And his other ear fell off. It was working. I needed something faster. Jerry, play the hokey pokey. He put his right foot in, and it didn't come out. It fell off and rolled all about. But Dave, he kept dancing on his stump. Chuck, he tried to leave, but Dave only saw him getting closer to me. "Not over my dead body." for nothing Chuck to get some boxes. I packed up Dave's pieces, and when I finally got to his head, I put it in the last box. Dave looked at me, winked, not over my dead, and taped his mouth shut. Then I taped up the box. Just this morning, I mailed him to 6 different continents without a return address. So, Dave is gone. Not so put together anymore. And I'm telling you, he is not going to come knocking on my door again. How do I know? Well, there's one box I didn't mail. He won't come knocking because I kept his hand. But I still need help. Can you help?
We'll have 1 minute.
Thank
Thank you, timer. Ladies and gentlemen, our 5th contestant, Claudia Hansley.
Think outside the box. Think outside the box.
Claudia Hansley.
Fellow Toastmasters and all you distinguished people, honorees and the rest. You know, you all were just laughing. I have something even funnier to tell you. There was a little girl. She came here from the Caribbean islands. It was beautiful. Felt like this. Oh, well, we didn't have this bush down here. It's beautiful. She came, migrated up to the northern part of the United States. Why did my mother do that to me? I ended up in D.C. in the heart of winter. So here I am, walking around with this dialect nobody can understand. And what is going on? Why is the rain coming down like that? Never seen light rain before. Well, the children, you got it good. They shared better with you. My children, my friends and classmates, recognized that I had a deficiency. So they decided to help me. Now in Jamaica, when we see something white like that, it would be a snow cone. You know what a snow cone is? So, never seen white rain, so I never knew. But all the kids told me, you can eat it. You can eat it. They picked it up. And they ate some. They told me, you can get some. Get some of that yellow one. Okay. Little immigrant kid don't know nothing. Okay. So here I go and I grow up. And I go to school, I go to the university, and I join the Caribbean Association. Unaffiliated with that organization, I meet my soon-to-be husband. He then tells his brother that I am a Caribbean queen. He made a song over me. You guys know that song. You've heard it played before. Caribbean queen. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy. Over the top, I'm like, oh wow. Never knew. So we married. living the fairy tale life. We're living happily all the time. Until I met and needed my princess warrior Zelda. Here she comes into our lives. Because we were having some problems with our home, we just got it built and our new building. Well, Zelda took care of them, and I didn't have to worry. But as you would know, I'm employed with the government. They move. We move with PCS. We have permanent change of station all the time. We go to our new location, and here I am into this beautiful place. It's like paradise all over again. It reminds me of home. I go, I meet these new people, never met before, and everything's shut down. Close it up, pack it up, everybody go home. COVID is here. I don't know anybody, and here I am. So this nice group of people, we caught the metro or something. We caught the metro. I was on a metro. Clearly it was a metro something, because I felt like I got ran over by a train. When I'm in this meeting, and my friend, supposed to be my new friend, new associated friend, Julie, not Julie. Maybe her name was Juliet. No, it's some name that starts with a J. But anyway, she roped me in, ran me over, and dragged me to this organization. Here I am standing before you. So anyway, you had beer. They were nice and gave you food. That girl, I can't remember her name, starts with a J. Remember, was it Paula? No, it wasn't Paula. Could have been somebody else, but it was two of them. They did the same thing to me. They just ran my grandfather. And here I am. So while Ross and Kurt, Abraham, you all had beautiful experiences, and I appreciate it. Me, on the other hand, I still feel like I got ran over. And I don't even know how it happened, but I'm just so glad I survived. Do not box me up.
We will give everybody a couple of minutes to mark on your ballots who is first place, second place, and third place. And then our ballot counters will go off and count those ballots.
Did you vote? Yeah.
Anybody have a ballot?
Anybody have a ballot?
Awesome. All right. They are going to go off and count to find out who our winners are today. Don't need the rest of the 2 minutes. No. While we're waiting for them to count the ballots, did everybody have an opportunity to see what I added on the inside of the program for today? I looked at the dashboard last night since I had this nice format that Judy sent me, but when I put it into booklet format, it only filled up 3 of the 4 pages, and I thought, well, what can I put on that 4th page? So I looked at the dashboard, and I listed some of the accomplishments that the clubs in our division have already earned this year. So South Beach Toastmasters has already earned President's Distinguished status. Act to Speak has earned Select Distinguished. Melbourne, Florida Toastmasters is a Distinguished Club There were a lot of clubs that earned notable 9, 7 of 7, and I think we had 2 that earned the once and for all. I think it was just 2. And obviously lots of people earned triple crowns, moments of truth. Anybody that was at the conference in May, a few weeks ago, was able to get numerous awards. Did you have something that you wanted to add? Oh, okay, sorry. But we presented lots and lots of educational awards and so forth. So our division is doing well. Obviously, everybody's been impacted by COVID, and we're all trying to get past that to the best of our capabilities. Okay, so we have some certificates. We do have 50-50 that we are selling some 50-50 if you'd like to buy some tickets. It helps to us to recoup some of the money that we spend on all of this lovely food that the club went ahead and paid. So we have somebody that will sell some tickets over there, brand new roll of tickets. And I'm also going to pass out some certificates of participation to our participants here today. Let's see here. I printed lots of blanks hoping we were going to have tons and tons, but that's okay, we still had 4. Tall Tales certificate. We always like to keep our Pinocchio with his long nose in there. Ibrahim? Ibrahim? Hey. It's going to take pictures, so. Let's stand over there so we can get them all. Rosamond? Judy?
Yeah, right here.
You didn't get the copy of it.
We're getting pictures, so hold your horse. Picture. Okay? Get off the side. Kurt? Okay. And Claudia. You got to get your certificate. I know, she's working money for our club.
We can put it down for a minute.
Set it down for 1 minute and get a picture and then get a group picture. Okay, now get a group. All the contestants. The row.
Judy, put it down.
All right.
Anyone else?
I'll get some eventually. So.
Thank you.
Awesome, yay. Now you can all have a seat, and when they come back with the tally, we will press on in the intro. Get your 50-50 tickets if you want them. I have a purse somewhere. That's got money in it. I don't know where it's at though. Anyone else have tickets?
You can do an IOU. How long you the money? You have 10 tickets, you have 25.
Put them in half. Keep the part that says keep the coupon for your tickets on.
Everybody have to eat one more hot dog before you leave.
I will probably take one to go. So I'm going to try dinner tonight. One in, okay.
I knew you'd know.
Although I've also heard people say, if you like,
I was trying to say zero because it's not an N, it's an N.
Hot dogs, get your hot dogs, right here.
Get your hot
Hot
dog.
dogs.
I may recognize something that's already fallen, and then you maybe deter them.
Next.
Because I'm going to go kick and then find out that's
Glad you warned me about that.
We'll take some.
I want one. Maybe I can make 2 meals. I only ate half of the other one.
We got the big ones.
They were good, but I was just too much. If I'd have had just the hot dog, but I had 2 wings before that, so. I have a purse and I'll buy $10 worth of food, so. Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's still nice and warm.
It's amazing. Thank you.
Dr. Abraham, how many hot dogs you want?
Just one.
Just one.
Oh, maybe 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's condiment here.
Let me have one of those. No, I just want one. There'll be 2 meals as it is.
I'll be fine. I'm not gonna put my food directly on it.
How you doing?
Okay, just set them by my hot dog here. Here, I'll take them.
I felt like I was wilting when I walked to the bathroom. I get them from Aldi.
Over my dead body.
So they've been I love that you like it. It's seasonal, so they don't always have it, and sometimes they put it in different sections of the store. But if it happens to go to Aldi and you can't find it, ask for it. I think it's $3.99 or $4.99.
To the winner. Yeah, it's only 50 cents, so give that drink.
It was like this, no way.
Everybody buy the 50-50.
Well, we have.
We'll wait.
We wait. Yeah, we have to wait for Daron and them to come back too because they're counting ballots. They might want to buy.
Yeah, she's gonna go to the car and get it.
Yeah. And we have our ballot counters who are off right now too, so they might want to purchase some. So the cupcakes are all gone? Oh no, they're not. Okay, there's a chocolate one. I want one of those. I saw chocolate. I was like, okay. Yes, I have to get my chocolate fix. We're not getting too messy here.
Cindy, is any of your salad left?
Oh, these here?
Say, is any of your salad
Yeah,
left?
there's a couple of them. I'm gonna take one. I didn't thaw anything out for dinner tonight, so I'm taking dinner home. I got you.
There you go.
I didn't have any of that at the time.
I didn't either, so.
You have a serving plan? I'm saying no.
Does all that, like everything else, advanced code, putting something in a tub or something that stays for the next 12 hours. Because I mean, that's what all those yeah.
Your story was great.
A lot of us are. Some still aren't, but there's a lot of us that are.
Or you can put them in the tinfoil and have it float.
Excitement in the house.
See it happening.
That was what pushed you over the edge, huh? Speed away from it, didn't get you.
I made some tea. I had tea bags. And I had all my tea bags together and then I swirled so they stayed together. And I had them back in the strings. And all of a sudden I was back in my bedroom and I started smelling what's burning. And I'm like, and I started, and I think I'm not doing anything except doing the microwave. I come in there and I got a fire going on in my microwave. We stayed, I think heated up and lit on fire.
The ballot counters are starting to walk back, so we'll have the results here soon. Yes. They're coming from all the way down that other city.
I think we need an audit though.
The first story I read was about me in a car on the way here, and it just got so convoluted. I was like, no, scratch it.
We had one of our contestants who showed up with my marker.
It's all the same, you know. It's like it doesn't make any difference. Like, you know, here on this. It's the same.
Hey Paula, I'm going to have all you three districts here come up when I get
I make up my wife's bed. Except she had some. I spend it 2 weeks. It's all fine.
Yeah, I'm going to have the three of you come up. Since our division director's not here, I don't have Jerry come up with to the winners.
I like candle pictures, so nobody knows that I'm taking their picture.
I prefer them too because, well, or you're not trying too hard and it doesn't look natural. That's my problem. Some We're doing 50-50, so if you want to get some tickets,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put the names on the certificates and we'll be ready to announce the winners.
So that'll be certified then.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We have a lot of.
All right. Are we ready to hear the winners?
Yeah.
Awesome. Before we announce the winners of the Tall Tales competition, we would like to thank a couple of our functionaries today. Our two ballot counters, Zena Clark and Christina. I didn't print these for nothing, trust me. Yeah, you gotta get the photo op, and there's yours, the photo op. I know. And our timer, Ron Parpart.
Thank you.
Okay. I would like to ask our current trio.
We have to wait for Paul.
Oh, well, we have to wait a minute. Sorry, folks.
Have some more hot dogs.
Yeah, eat some more roasted throats.
There's wings and meatballs here
Take the
too.
chips home too. It's paid for.
And have some meatballs.
Have some.
Yes. Hot dogs.
Is that the half of the club, or is that the half of the member? That goes in 3 bags.
You're not getting the
What?
You're not getting the I made sure my that would be
That's pretty good. Take home 2 hot dogs.
Oh, wow.
How much, guys? How much?
105.
Thank you for your support.
We do thank everybody for that because it does help us to get back some of what we spent.
And we'll have another open house.
Yeah, we'll have, because we have a lot of stuff left over, but by having bought it in the individual packets and stuff like that, it's easy for us to take that and reuse it again.
How about just Division B social? Don't have to do content.
Just,
How about just social?
just to get together.
Yeah.
I'm up for that. All right, Paul is on her way back.
for this year, Becky.
Oh, yeah, it's on for this year, trust me.
It's on like don't.
I will be putting that, I will be looking at my calendar, and before the end of June, I will be sending the date out to everybody. Save the date for the Christmas party for this year. And the trio always gets an invite.
Before we leave, make sure we get the group photo with the
Yes,
three.
please. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready to hear the winners?
Yes.
All right. The third place winner of the, I'll give you that, because they can't read that and see what their name is. Of the Division B 2020-2021 Tall Tales competition is Ibrahim Salou. We have a certificate and a ribbon for you. Awesome, awesome.
Turn around.
And then turn around for the picture.
Congratulations.
And come over here for the picture.
Right here for the picture.
Oh, that's it.
Well, right here for all of us. And then for the group pictures, just step over there.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Got it?
They were so
Okay, so then go ahead and stand over there.
Yeah.
The second place winner of the Division B 2020-2021, can you tell I like to drag this out? Tall Tales competition is Kurt Carr. I saw something drop down.
So the second place winner has to find their own ribbon.
I'm trying to. Too many things. We'll find it.
Good. All I know is gonna get cited for littering, Becky.
I know. We'll find it.
Okay, you've been out running in your game.
Okay. And the winner. Let me hand that. I should have just given you all of them to begin with. The winner of the Division B 2020-2021 Tall Tales competition is Rosamund Bike.
Here you go.
Let her hold it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All the winners over there, please. It went down in between the slots.
Oh,
Yeah, so it went right down.
good job.
I'm looking at it. I did. I watched it, but I didn't know what it was. All right. I hope everybody had fun. I want to thank you all. For those of you that came from far away to join us today, thank you very much. And as Tim said, we will get together and have some fun just because we have so much fun.
Before we go to the 50-50, I'm going to ask our atomic district director to give us some word of advice for next year. What is our mission and vision, and what do you want us to do next year?
How can we help you?
How can we help you?
She laughed when she said that. I saw her.
She's counting the days here.
Have you ever said yes to something and just had no idea what you were getting yourself into?
We don't have any beer for you.
That's probably happened to all of us. So I really was fairly new in Toastmasters when I became an area director, and I knew there was a lot I didn't know, but I said, I'll figure it out. You know, oh my God, I made so many mistakes. I got a lot of feedback, which was constructive feedback. I made so many mistakes, and I learned and just had so much fun. And it's amazing, though. You know, sometimes when you meet somebody, when you first meet them, maybe have some exchange, and you have no idea how they're going to impact the rest of your life. There's several people here who have just impacted my life so much. I remember, I think I was Jerome's audit chair years ago, and I barely knew what the district was. All I'm saying is when you led to the next moment. If you take all these dots, we were talking just this morning, big pictures are made of little dots. You step up close, you see little dots, and you step back and go, oh, that was like design, maybe divine design, I don't know. How can you help, in my opinion, Toastmasters is a big family. In my experience, people that I've met are people who not really, well, maybe you join to be a better speaker, maybe you join to be a better leader, but what happens is we, along the way, become better people. In my experience, most people who join really want to make an impact in the world. They want to find their voice, tell their story, make an impact. So how can you help? Whatever your talent is, and everybody here has some talent that you're willing to share, you probably need some level. So how can you help? So let us know what your talent is, how much time you have, how you're willing to help. So how are you willing to help? Fortunately, thanks to our about to be immediate past district director, we have all the area directors in line for Division B. I do still need a couple of area directors in other divisions. So if you want to do that, let me know. We have fabulous teams that we're still looking for help. So how can you help? How do you want to help? Think how you want to help and let me know. Thank you for putting me on the spot.
Paula, tell us about TLI and conference.
TLI and conference. We have some awesome plans for everyone this year. We are not going to recreate the wheel, but we're going to make the wheel even bigger and better. We are going to have TLIs this year are all three going to be online, so you don't have to worry about traveling. And we're going to be offering one TLI on a Saturday evening, one TLI, actually it's a Saturday afternoon from like 1 to 4, and then one TLI on a Sunday from 1 to 4.
Never done that before.
You ever did that before? And what we're calling TLI Express on a Wednesday evening, and that will be about 2 hours. So the two TLI full 4 hours, we're going to have not only your officer training from president all the way through to sergeant at arms, we're also going to offer some really cool educational sessions mixed in with those. But on the TLI Express, if you can't make it to either of the full TLIs, it's just officer training and that's it. One and done. You don't have to stay long, you don't have to wait. You pick your time, you get your officer role trained. But we really want to encourage you to go to one of the full ones, which is either a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday, so you get the full impact and the educational sessions. We are also working on our conference. We already started. Who was at just this recent conference? Wasn't it amazing? So much fun. That's going to be hard to beat, you guys. But we have a team headed up by Barbara Amato, and she's got some amazing people on that team. Our theme this year is time and time again. And if you haven't seen, we're going to actually be creating a video, and we'll be posting that so everyone can see it. We're going to be showing different versions, so we've got some cool plans on how to get that video out to everyone. But time and time again, think about cavemen all the way around the clock to the future. So the ideas are endless. You can dress as a caveman, you can dress as somebody from the 50s or the 40s or the 30s or the future. Any era you would like to be, whatever you're interested in. We're going to have cavemen dancing with hippies, talking to astronauts, talking to aliens, who knows? You can be whatever you want to be. So join us. It's going to be May 14th and 15th. Same place we had it this past year in Kissimmee. We're going to have lots more information and details out for you, but start thinking about what kind of costume you want to wear. Come as a team, come as a group. You know, Division B can much. We've loved working with you guys. We're looking forward to a great year. Thank you.
Okay, are we ready to find out who won the money? Yay. Who didn't buy a ticket?
Kathy didn't get a chance to, but that's good because she always buys one ticket and wins.
What, did you have something you wanted to say?
I just wanted to say thank you to Pim. I will always call her Pim Love. I'm sorry, Ron. Because that's what she was to me, and I love her. I know you do too in a different way. But Pim has done a fantastic job this year, and I'm disappointed for her that COVID got in your way, because what you mentioned about one dot begins a culmination of things. What we're sitting in right now from a standpoint of fellowship, camaraderie, friendships, and cooperation started back when Pim was the division governor of Division B. Her title was Raise the Bar. Division B, Raise the Bar. It wasn't just the bar at the parties. But she began what has then become such a model for divisions by creating this friendship and this camaraderie. But it went back to, was that 10 years ago? Then later on she headed up the Aloha Conference, which I think was 2009. And then everything Pim has put her hands to has always been to bring Toastmasters together and support one another. So when there are area contests or division activities or anything that the division takes on, Pim has already basically built a team because everybody's friends and is ready to help. And Paula joined Division B even though she lived in Orlando because we had that she didn't have where she was. They were all individual clubs and individual silos. But Division B is like one big family. And I will say, I firmly believe it goes back to the love and the work of Pim, Love, Harpart.
Thank you. As you didn't know, she's my very first mentor, so thanks to her.
And she's the original.
We're going to have you pull the tickets.
Yes. We don't want to miss that one. That might be the one you end up pulling out.
How much?
Throw the lid back on there quick so we don't have violence. All right. And the winner is not me. 731.
Yes.
Everybody has 731. 0. 9. 6. And Claudia has your half of the 50-50. Thank everybody for coming out and joining us today. There's lots of food. We don't have to be out of here anytime soon, but when we go, we do have to leave it clean so we can get our $75 deposit back. So we just have to make sure that we
Let's take a picture.
and go. Yeah, we want our group picture too.
So just so you know, I came late because I had a family thing, but I brought ice cream bar or fruit bars on a stick.
Yes.
Hot dogs again.
Hot dogs, okay.
On a stick.
Okay.
And there's mangoes,
I saw that. Oh my gosh. Mine are starting to come in too. They're like this big, but they're going to be so good. I'm going to take some.
We just opened it upstairs. I meant to bring it to the top and then get it out. That's a contribution to the district.
They're not mine.
Someone's tree.
Apparently.
Did this come from someone's tree?
Oh!
I think
So
so.
many of our folks. So many
Yeah,
of our folks.
it didn't be sticky like this only from the tree. It had to have.
Those are off of Mary's tree.
Got it covered.
Wow.
Are you paying your treat?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let me give you a bag.
They aged well.
Thank you, Kathy.
I just figured it would be such a nice treat on a one day. It's perfect.
If you don't have to give me your pens back if you borrowed them. I'm still trying to get rid of pens from when I was running for Lieutenant Governor Education Training and Teaching Director. So please feel free to keep them.
strawberry.